Welcome back to Jack Chaucer Storyteller. We got Nikki White Polar Extremes. Today we got chapter 19. It's called From Here to Infinity. Nikki's point of view, and it's Valentine's Day 2020, February 14th, 2020. Hours before the final Hercules flight in and out of the South Pole, the last chance to escape winter's 6-month black and icy veil, Snowbow and a dozen or so other equally insane souls played the, quote, South Pole Bowl. I guess it was the base's version of the Super Bowl, and a chance for some bonding before the summer polies bid farewell to the winter polies. With the outside temperature dipping toward 45 below, I watched from the warm galley as Snowbow tackled someone in a red parka. Wearing a black jersey displaying a white infinity symbol over his green parka, Snowbow celebrated by scooping ice crystals with his gloves and throwing them up into the air. I had never met a person with such a lust for life, and yet he was wasting all of that in a place so far removed from reality. It made me question why the hell I ever wanted to go to Mars. That would make Antarctica seem like a trip down the block. The football game was short due to the brutally cold conditions, but Snowbow reveled in green and black team's victory his green and black team's victory amid the elongated shadows of the setting sun. Each player appeared to be dwarfed by his own impossibly stretched dark twin. After the game and before Snowbow had to help get the skiway ready for the last flight, he joined me at my table in the galley for a hot chocolate. I take it you won, I said. We always win. He blew into his bare hands to get the feeling back despite having worn 2 pairs of gloves. Winter polies are a superior race, he added. I don't wear the number infinity for nothing. Is infinity even a number? That and more. A limitless state of being, he said. He bragged with a huge smile. You've seemed somewhat limited by Willem from time to time, I pointed out with a smirk. Thomas told me he yelled at you something fierce while I was passed out in the gym. Hey, he's one of the big men on campus here. If I like living here, working here, I better make sure he's happy. I sighed. I should really get on the last plane out of here. Are you crazy? This is no time to get cold feet. He shot back, visibly alarmed at my thoughts of defection. You're right on the verge of making the best decision of your life. Fuck! Listen to me, Nikki. Wintering here is a life-changing experience. You'll never be the same person again. Maybe that's what I'm afraid of. You must really like who you are now, then. Not really. Then what do you have to lose? About 6 months of sunshine, for one. Nah, you'll get used to the dark, he said, waving off my concerns. Wait till your first full moon. This whole place lights up in such an amazingly different way. Plus, not long after the sun finally sets, the sky turns green. The auroras are like no other you'll ever see. Then again, you're going to Mars, so maybe this is just the beginning for you. Do you believe Willem when he says he's going to send me and Thomas to Mars? Yes, I do. Why? Because he's a hardcore adventure guy. He's a billionaire. And he's had a hard-on, excuse my French, for Mars and space since I met him. When was that? Probably 9 or 10 years ago, at Mactown. Oh, aren't you jacked up to go to Mars? You seem kind of on the fence about being here to train, about going there. Don't you realize how lucky you are? Yeah, well, you don't know the whole story, so fair enough. Maybe you'll tell me over the long winter. I can't. Why? Because if I tell anyone the whole truth about the bridge or my situation, I can forget about Mars and a lot of other things. Snowbow raised his eyebrows and exhaled. Sounds like you've got a lot on your plate for a young woman. You could say that, but I guess I'm used to it by now. How's Thomas treating you? He's okay. It really is amazing you guys can get along after what he did to you. Another wonder of the bridge, I said sarcastically. Snowbow stood up and stretched. I've got to help clear the skiway before the last flight in. I know. If you ever need to, get some stuff off your... I smiled when he hesitated. It's okay. You could say chest. Breasts. That's what I meant to say, he said with a goofy grin. I laughed. I'm glad you're here. If it weren't for you, I probably would find a way to get on that last plane out of here. Snowbow smiled. I'm glad you're staying, he said, starting to walk away. Hey, I said, stopping him. Hey, what? Can I call you Sam? Of course. Why? Because Snowbow makes you seem like a clown, and though you are a clown, I can tell you're also a lot more than that. His face lit up, even more than usual. Wow, I think that's the nicest thing anyone has ever said about me. I doubt that. Will you be my Valentine? He asked, but he didn't seem serious. No, I replied so fast it appeared to stun him. He rolled with it just the same. I see. Build me up just to crush me. You don't seem that crushed. I am. Sam, I am. Dr. Seuss, football, you're too young for me, I deadpanned. He chuckled. No, actually, I'm ageless, he said, pointing to the ridiculous number, quote unquote number, on his jersey. Then he blew me an exaggerated kiss and left. It took a long time for the smile to fade from my face, and that felt good. I think it was at that moment I realized I had moved on from Bill. Not necessarily because of Sam, but I had just moved on. And that's the end of chapter 19.